Salam, Eid Mubarak, and welcome to the Pivot. I'm Ali Furqan. A temporary ceasefire, but no permanent peace. Afghanistan once again stands at the crossroad. Is this peace or just a tactical pause? Tonight on the Pivot, we discuss beyond the ceasefire and ask what comes next for Afghanistan and for the region. And to discuss this, I'm joined by senior journalist and analyst Mateen Haider. Mateen sir, Eid Mubarak and welcome to
Eid Mubarak, Walaikum Assalam, and pleasure to be in your program.
Mateen sir, let us start with the ceasefire itself. Is this pause temporary for the Eid days only, or do you see any possibility of evolving it into a permanent ceasefire?
Thank you so much, Ali Furqan sir, for inviting me in your podcast. This is very, very important question you have raised. And primarily this pause in military operation against Afghanistan is till 24th of March, that means during Eid holidays. But of course, Pakistan has first made it clear that if during this ceasefire, if there is any violation, operation could be resumed any moment. So this is conditional in the sense that it should also be observed from the Afghan side. Now very important that what beyond 24th of March, that after Eid, whether this ceasefire will be permanent one. Of course, as far as Pakistan is always ready for the ceasefire, but provided there is a positive assurance, there is positive response by Afghan Taliban to Pakistan. What Pakistan basically demands that Afghanistan must address Pakistani security concerns. And they should stop providing logistics, military, financial support to TTP and other terrorist groups. This is the reason. So there could be beyond this 24th of March, but that all depends upon Afghan Taliban, who are desperately seeking permanent ceasefire.
This ceasefire came on the intervention of friendly countries like Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. But the question is why the Chinese initiative is not succeeded this time?
No, I will not agree with you that Chinese initiative was not succeeded. I will talk to some of the important sources in Pakistani Foreign Office. They completely dispelled this impression that Chinese initiative was not successful. Pakistan always believed and Pakistan always engaged in diplomacy with all countries. China is a great friend, brother, as you earlier mentioned, Turkey and Saudi Arabia. Basically, the Chinese special envoy came to Islamabad last week, had a meeting with Pakistani authorities, and they were already in touch with Afghan Taliban. So they basically conveyed to Pakistan some of the Afghan Taliban conditions. And then Pakistan also put before them a Pakistani condition that if their condition was very Furqan sahab that this border should immediately be opened because financially they are suffering a lot. So Pakistan also put conditions. So Chinese envoy is basically mediating between Pakistan and Afghan Taliban. Chinese initiative has not been failed.
So where this initiative is standing now? Is it took months, weeks?
Last week the Chinese envoy came, and as you said that where this initiative stands right now, so Chinese envoy is going to convey Pakistan's conditions to Afghan Taliban, and Pakistan's condition is that there must be firm action against TTP, number one. Number two, not only action, Afghan Taliban need to openly declare TTP and other terrorist organizations as a proper terrorist organization. Number three, they should stop providing them support and safe havens. Number four, they should completely disassociate themselves from them. And number five, wherever their safe havens are, Afghan Taliban are supposed to take a decisive action. These are some of the Pakistani conditions, and Pakistan said Pakistan is ready to open Turkham and Chaman border for trade, but at the same time, there should be substantial change in the behavior of Afghan Taliban, and that change in the behavior that this border facility should not be misused for militancy and terrorism.
And how you interpret Taliban Amir's Hebatullah Aziz message? Is this a direct threat to Pakistan that we were not afraid of bombardment, we face NATO and US bombardment? Is this a threat or
No, this is not a threat during whenever there is war. So such statements are made, of course, but there is no doubt in saying that they face one of the biggest power. But now after this 15 August 2021, since they came into power, the security scenario and outlook of Afghanistan is totally different. Of course, they are not afraid of anything. But they must have realized during last 1 month the way Pakistan gave a very strong response to the terrorist hideouts over there. So Pakistan's concern was that the Afghan Taliban should not become the part of TTP. Unfortunately, they both have allegiance because of this. So this statement might be a message, but I don't say that it is a sort of a threat. They have leftover American weapons. On the basis of that weapons, Maulvi Haibatullah is saying that Afghanistan is not afraid of things. They should thankful to Pakistan that Pakistan provided them everything: diplomatic support, moral support, sugar, wheat, and medicines, and everything used to go from Pakistan to them. And for them, Pakistan hosted an exclusive OIC boot in December 2021 in Islamabad. That was OIC Foreign Ministers Conference dedicated for Afghanistan. But what we see, right, absolutely negative response. They are going into the hands of Indians. What is this?
So why Haibatullah is silent on TTP issue?
Because religiously both are one, ideologically both are one. This is the thing he's silent on TTP because TTP is one of their armed wing.
So do you see that they will protect it in future as well, seeing the resentment from the Pakistan and the pressure from the other countries?
A very good question. So if the talks, if they wish that talks should be moved, should be progressed well, as they have already set conditions and Pakistan has already set condition, I don't think so they will be able to protect them. Because this is one of the key demands by Pakistan that Afghan Taliban should disassociate from TTP. This is what Pakistan's message, this is what Pakistan's brotherly and friendly country's message to them. I don't think so. If they will continue to patronize TTP, then there is no scope and future of any diplomacy, any dialogue.
We see Pakistan carried out strikes in Afghanistan, in Kabul, Kandahar, and in the major cities. But this scale of operation is missing in bordering area of Pakistan, in the former tribal areas. How you explain this contrast?
This is Ali Furqan sir. This is right earlier you have seen KP government was exploiting situation in Bajor. And that was a different thing. Ultimately, people themselves used to go out. And as far as the specific question that Pakistan should have taken or Pakistan should have launched an operation, Pakistani operation is already on. Every day there are hundreds of intelligence-based operations carried out, and every day there are attempts made by these TTP and other terrorists to infiltrate from Pakistan-Afghanistan border. Security presence is already there.
The scale which Pakistan is carrying out strike in Afghanistan and the scale inside bordering area of Pakistan is not matching.
Exactly. The thing is because the major military support and this militancy support and logistics support to these TTP groups and other groups that comes from Afghanistan, which is why operation scale inside in Afghanistan is more heavier with compared to Pakistan. So in Pakistani tribal areas, formerly tribal areas, these TTP people are scattered into civilian population. If Pakistan starts military operation, there is fear of collateral damage, which is why intelligence-based operations are preferred to be carried out, and wherever they are found, action is being taken. Why the scale of operation, as you said, is heavier in Afghanistan? Because there is heavy presence of these terrorists and their support, their military camps, their ammunition camps in Afghanistan.
Let us look ahead. Best scene scenario. This ceasefire evolves into stability, and worst case, it collapses. So Afghanistan slips into another scale of conflict. What's your assessment about the future of Afghanistan in the coming months?
Very good question. So if I understood your question properly, that if this conflict continues, I agree with you, there will be chaos. And that is not the interest of the region countries. Just 2 days back, the Russian ambassador to Pakistan also held meeting with certain officials in Pakistani Foreign Office. Chinese envoy, I've already told you. So I see immediately after Eid a major diplomatic breakthrough because certain friendly countries and brotherly countries will immediately engage Pakistan and Afghan Taliban for talks so that this dangerous scenario which you are painting and predicting that could be avoided, and this ceasefire and these all things. And if this happens, if diplomacy gets chance and diplomacy succeeds, then it will not be a verbal commitment. Afghan Taliban need to sign a proper agreement. And if, as I said, beyond this, if there is after negotiation, if there is a permanent ceasefire, and if during that ceasefire any violation is committed, Pakistan will resume the operation without taking into confidence any country. Pakistan's conditions are quite open. You have seen since the launch of operation, there is significant decline in terrorist activities within Pakistan. So there is possibility there is a possible scenario, and that scenario is that now, as a result of this operation, security situation in these all areas are getting improved because the terrorists who are in sleeper cells inside in Pakistan, their logistics support from Afghanistan is cut off. So for Afghan Taliban, there is no other option except to cooperate with Pakistan. If they do not, then the security scenario you have predicted, I completely agree, there will be chaos. But remember, chaos, instability, the footprints of strong terrorist groups, that may not be if Afghanistan wish to be connected with China. And why China is interested? Because China wants that the CPAC should be connected to Afghanistan, then to Kyrgyzstan, then to Azerbaijan, then to Tajikistan. So Afghanistan should shun this path of terrorism and should adopt the path of development, peace and connectivity.
And you are endorsing the reports that some regional countries are pursuing this
Exactly.
and they are reaching near to the permanent solution.
Not right now. They have already approached Pakistan. So after Eid, I am expecting that the talks may begin, and it could begin maybe in Istanbul. In the Gulf countries, it may not because of the current security situation, but strong likely that Turkey may host talks or China may host talks. So Pakistan will decide. As I've said earlier, that these countries have approached Pakistan. This will be Pakistan who will be deciding which venue has to be selected. So after Eid, we see a major diplomacy and diplomatic engagement taking place between Pakistan, Afghanistan and brotherly countries.
Mateen Haider, sir, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.